Hello, fellow travelers. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey, and I am looking at the profile series, which is our costume in this life. It is how we're perceived by others and how we unfold our purpose, and still it's our nature. So it's not something you can consciously do. It's a byproduct of living out your strategy and inner authority. Today we're going to talk about the 4/6 profile, the opportunist role model. So we have here externalization, the fourth line, which is basically it's a very interesting profile. You see, it's the roof of the first floor. It's the top of the first floor. And it's the basis of the second floor. So where it's a transpersonal line. So we have here two transpersonal lines, the fourth and the sixth, and still it's a right angle. So it's both are upper trigram, transpersonal, but we have still personal destiny. So it's role to complete the personal process which began in the 1/3 profile. The fourth line is one of the most unusual because it's an integrating field between the right angle and the left angle. The lower trigram ends with the 3/6. When we get to the 4/6, it's no longer lower trigram and it belongs to the upper trigram, both of them, but it's still right angle. So right angle, it's personal destiny. It's about self-absorbed in one's own process. And the 4/6 is all transpersonal in its lines, but it's not a transpersonal profile. So the 4/6 is an opportunistic personality, employing its transpersonal gifts, its ability to establish friendships, to communicate the values of the lower trigram, from 1 to 3, and in doing so, fulfilling its personal destiny. We have seen the aloofness and the disinterest inherent in the sixth line, and that rarely leads to involvement. It's disengagement. And the nature of the transitional sixth line is to code and to assess and then pass judgment on what has been established beforehand. So at the end of the lower trigram through the 3/6 process, the qualities of the trial and error process, error of the three, but in the fourth, we have upper trigram. So the externalization process is different. Here we have the third line would test the foundation. The fourth line doesn't test the foundation. The fourth line is very fixed in externalizing. It's only interested in externalizing the foundation and not in testing it. So the sixth line underneath grades the qualities of the foundation and the mechanics of social interaction beneath the four. But the fourth line personality accepts the foundation established through the lower trigram process without any question. What is now important is whether the message can be delivered. And in doing so, here we have waiting for the opportunity to come in order to show your moral values and your leadership qualities as a role model. And as administrator, being optimistic and looking for the perfection, for the most ideal partnership and most ideal life and most ideal everything, actually On the personality level, we have the fatigue and wanting to be left alone, despite the friendship possibilities and that all opportunities come from your network. Ready to abdicate to the majority and wait for the opportunity to express and to basically put forward and put their truth across to the other, whether or not they have the truth, actually. So they're looking for their bonding strategies, confidante or not. So it's about somebody you can really trust, and you can be friends first. So in the bonding, in being in relationships for the fourth line, it's very important that they first are friends with that person, and only then intimacy can come out or not, because we have on the sexuality level, we have soulmate or not. And in order to meet your soulmate, you first need to be friendly. You first need to know about their previous lovers, and they need to know about your previous lovers. So then you become very close. So then you're able to be open intimately. And the security strategy, we have here the dependent or the benefactor, and the trust or not, on the unconscious level. So being a benefactor or dependent, being a friendship, you should never leave your lover until you have another lover. You should never leave your job until you have another job. You should not move to a new city before you made your new network there, so that opportunities can arise for you, because everything for the fourth line is about opportunities coming for them from their network, because this is what they can influence. They can only influence their closed ones, their family, their friends, their network. It's not like the fifth line, which we saw in the 2-5 and the 3-5 profile, that they can influence the stranger and people they don't know. No, here they have to know the other to influence them. So they're really dependent on their network, and then they can become a benefactor. They can be either very nice to their friends, or they can be mean when you're no longer their friend. But the opportunities come from their network, and if they leave their lover before they have another lover, their network might not be prone to provide them with one. Or if they leave their house without finding another house, maybe it takes a long time and they get stuck. Usually everything depends on strategy and authority. Everything is about type, and how you live it out, because the right opportunities will come the right way to you through your aura. So here we have trust or not. Once you lose the trust of the sixth line, they will withdraw and be aloof and not trust you anymore. They're looking for perfectionism and idealism. Remember that. And yeah, soulmate or not. So we have the 59th gate 6 line. It's one night stand, but it's a one night stand for which is the last one, because then you meet your soulmate or not. You will only go for the one night stand. You will, yes, you will do it, but you will only go for it if you believe that, and if you feel that this is the one, this is the person. Or it might be you're willing to risk in a trial and error process, because the sixth line, the first 30 years of life, is through a trial and error process. And it really experiences hands-on things in a subjective phase until the second phase of its life after 30, when they become objective, when they become more optimistic and more aloof, not so involved a little bit. So it's, again, we have here this duality of the fourth line wanting to be social, wanting to be friendly consciously, and the subconscious pulling it away. Especially in the second part of their life, between 30 and 50, 48, 53 years old, when they're on the roof stage, being a little bit aloof, not involved so much, disengaged. And then in the third stage of life, the 50th year, when they actually come back down, are pulled back down, and now what they say, their objective phase is over. What they say is not so important. Now it's important what they do and how they do it to be a real role model at the end. So the 4-6 is to be a friendly role model, which is here to externalize the foundation of the first trigram of the lower process, but it's actually the floor. It's the foundation of the second floor. It's the foundation of the transpersonal process, yet it's not a transpersonal profile. Still, it's a personal destiny. How does life influence me? Not the other way around. This is the motivation. It's about personal development. And waiting for the opportunity. That's the most important for the fourth line. If you want to know more about the other profiles and more information on human design, you can like and subscribe to my channel, Human Design Journey, to my Instagram and Facebook pages, or my website, humandesignjourney.com. Thank you for listening, and I will be glad to hear if it was useful for you. Down in the comments, please comment if you would like. Would you like to? And yeah, I'll be back with more eventually. Bye for now.